The game libraries of the iPhone and iPad just keep getting better and better. No matter what you're into, there's plenty of games that are worth your attention. RPGs, puzzles, sports, action, arcade, you name it. But a few games manage to tower above all the rest, and they deserve to be played by anyone, no matter what you're into. These are the top 25 games for iPhone and iPad. The Blockhead starts off as a 2D take on Minecraft, which is already pretty awesome, but the more you play, the more depth you uncover. The hook is that you can actually control 5 unique characters at once. You can queue up hours worth of tasks for them, close your phone, and then when you come back, stone will be mined, crafts will be completed, food gathered, and more. Awesome. Puzzlecraft's combination of puzzle and town-building gameplay feels perfect. The puzzle mode earns you resources like food and stone that are then used to upgrade your town, and your town unlocks more buildings that give you bonuses in puzzle mode. Everything serves a purpose, and it makes it almost impossible to put down.
Begin.
Super Hexagon is an abstract, incredibly fast-paced, and impossibly challenging arcade game set to an incredible pulsating soundtrack. Lasting up to 60 seconds as you swivel out of the way of shapes is a true accomplishment. This is exactly the sort of experience that proves why mobile games are great. It's quick, fast-paced, it's unique, and it's almost infinitely replayable. The mobile version of The World Ends With You smartly consolidates the Nintendo DS game's complicated controls onto a single screen. The result is an enormous, gratifying RPG with style, personality, and depth. Mobile is by far the best way to experience this game. Super Stickman Golf 2's power and aim mechanics are easy to grasp, and the incorporation of wacky and powerful special abilities adds an extra dimension of strategy to an already solid sports game. But these measured tactical choices play second fiddle to the game's ridiculous multiplayer races. This is a silly, frantic reimagining of a stodgy old sport, and it works like a charm using a touch interface. The Room 2 is a creepy and smart interlocking puzzle, with each cleared chamber turning another tumbler in the great lock that binds the entire game together. The story is secondary to the game's carefully constructed brain teasers, most of which demand logical, novel solutions. Ridiculous fishing starts off normally enough. You cast your line, tilt your phone to descend as deeply as possible, hooking as many fish as you can along the way. But when you reach the surface, things get a little ridiculous. You score points by shooting as many fish as you can with a huge arsenal of automatic weaponry and explosives. What's not to love about that? Ghost Trick is a stylish, smart, and mind-boggling adventure game that places you in the role of a ghost trying to solve his own recent murder. By going back a few moments in time and inhabiting elements of the environment, you're able to engage in a bit of healthy trial and error in the hopes of changing the course of history. This is a smart and unique adventure. Yearwalk is a brisk and energetic horror novella adventure that evokes the fantastic tones of games like Limbo and movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas. During this increasingly horrifying walkabout, your fortitude will be tested on both a mental and emotional level. Smart puzzles, genuine scares, fantastic atmosphere, and some ingenious use of a companion app make this one of those larger-than-life mobile experiences. 80 Days is the best interactive game book on the App Store. The steampunk adventure has you taking submersible trains, walking cities, mechanical camels, and more to try to cross the globe in 80 days or less. The game has 150 cities to explore, each with their own unique, handwritten side adventures, and you'll only see a few of them on a single playthrough. Fall in love, get into fights, get arrested, take the Trans-Siberian Railroad or the Orient Express. The choice is yours. Though it began life as a PC game, Plants vs. Zombies found its natural home on the iPad. Touch controls are well suited for the tower defense challenges, and the segmented pacing make it equally enjoyable in quick bursts or long sessions. The wonderful pacing and adorable aesthetic combine to make Plants vs. Zombies a perennial favorite and a delightfully approachable strategy game. The Walking Dead Season 1 is among the finest video game stories ever told, and it's just as great a game on tablets and phones as it is anywhere else. Its story, which chronicles father-daughter figures struggling to survive in an undead apocalypse, has heart, creative puzzles, devastating moral choices, and plenty of human scenes that will stick with us forever. Kingdom Rush Frontiers is the best tower defense experience on the App Store. The original's 4 basic tower types return, but now each with 2 crazy final upgrades. And you'll need all of the crazy and powerful towers you can get, because Frontiers is tough. Even the most brutal challenge never strays into unfair territory, though. It's funny, polished, balanced, and extremely satisfying. Where's My Water is intuitive enough that even young children can grasp its core concept. But like all the physics puzzle greats, there's a huge amount of hidden depth. Dirt-eating acid water, floating steam, poison water, and much more keep the experience fresh across more than 500 unique stages. The game, especially its complex later stages, is full of aha moments of brilliance as you finally figure out how to solve a tricky puzzle. Cut the Rope's 1-2 punch of tight mechanics and brilliant character design sucks you in and never lets go. The first time you see your little green buddy Om frown in disappointment after you fail to feed him his favorite candy treat, something inside you clicks. It's now your mission to solve the puzzle and make Om happy. 3's core action of swiping in one of 4 directions in the hopes of matching up 2 like numbers in order to create their sum can be grasped in seconds, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. Strategies and techniques quickly begin to form as you slowly increase your high score. Couple all this with fantastic music, sound effects, and loads of personality, and you get one of the best mobile games around. As a completely different and unexpected spin on the series, Hitman Go manages to capture the essence of assassinating enemies in plain sight with clever panache. The board game aesthetic adds a strangely haunting sense of ease to wiping out groups of patrolling guards. And the turn-based system allows for setting up traps based not on timing, but on mathematical planning. This is smart puzzle design at its finest. Each stage in Monument Valley feels like an interactive MC Escher painting. The levels are gorgeous, tangible little puzzles that urge you to poke and prod at every inch of them in the hopes of finding the solution. It's easy to forget you're playing a game and instead feel like you're looking through a window into some strange, beautiful world. Rayman Jungle Run's perfect controls and smile-inducing style make it the best platformer available on the App Store. Auto runners are nothing new, but none are more polished. You'll swing from vines, wall jump, bash through enemies, and collect perfectly placed looms all by tapping on your touchscreen. And despite its gorgeous visuals, the entire experience always remains fast-paced. Tiny Wings is the perfect mobile time killer. It's the game that practically defines deceptively simple. Just hold your finger down to make your cute little bird dive, and release to send him soaring. Time things perfectly, and your little bird will soar satisfyingly through the air. It has a wonderful rhythm to it. Tap, release, repeat. It's fun for 5 minutes or 5 hours. Sword and Sorcery is a weird, stylish, and truly unforgettable game. It takes the classic point-and-click adventure formula and injects it with a healthy dose of 21st century technology. Stunning pixel visuals are married with a haunting and gorgeous soundtrack. The game ingeniously and mysteriously ties into your Twitter feed, the lunar cycle, and plenty more. This is a must-play. FTL is an engaging strategy game that demands preparation, quick thinking, and the fortitude to accept failure again and again. It is consistently challenging, but rarely punishing. A high-pressure mission structure and real-time combat will keep your fingers flying over your tablet screen as you scramble to stay ahead of hordes of enemies and hazards. Every victory feels enormously rewarding. Plenty of games have mimicked Infinity Blade 2's clever one-on-one touchscreen fighting system, but no game has managed to surpass it. It's one of those rare experiences that manages to do everything right. As a sequel, it expands on the scope of the game world and fixes the original shortcomings. And as a mobile game, it works for brief moments of fun or for lengthy marathon game sessions. Device 6 is an impeccable example of the kind of incredible experiences that can only be had on a mobile device. It combines 1960s Bond-esque aesthetics, an atmospheric jazz soundtrack, and a heaping dose of J.J. Abrams-style mysteries to deliver a wholly unique puzzle experience that is absolutely brimming with amazing ideas and fantastic style.
Welcome to the Golden Goblet.
If you're even remotely interested in strategy card games, Hearthstone absolutely has to have a permanent home on your iPad. The entire experience just feels great. Cards satisfyingly smash into one another, and each one summons with unique dialogue and animation. Best of all, you can see your opponents consider their moves as they hover over minions or other cards. The strategy is cleverly designed to remain accessible to all, with plenty of depth for expert players to dive into as well. And best of all, it's easy to play Hearthstone for free. One tiny word of warning, although Hearthstone technically supports iPad 2, we don't recommend playing on anything older than 3rd generation devices. There are so many awesome mobile games that we could have included 50 or even 100 games on this list and still not covered all the greats. But these are our picks for the best of the bunch. If there's any game that you can't stop playing, let us know in the comments. And remember that for the full scoop on all the hottest games, you can keep it locked to IGN.